T-Schnabs! 2K17! Woo woo!
One time, I don't even know how it came up, but he told us the correct way how to stab someone in the side. Like, you want to go into the side, and then you turn it so you can cause the most damage. And for some reason, that story has just stuck with me for however long, because that was sometime in middle school.
Hey, Mr. Schnabel, you remember that time when you told us to go to L? Yeah, I'm not gonna forget that.
One time, I told him I've never had Oreos, so he shoved one down my throat and made me eat it.
Every year, at the end of the year, you would always wear a coconut bra, but it would never fit. Your boobs were too big.
He sat on me once.
There is nothing like the relationship between two stand partners.
If you're gonna do something stupid, be smart about it.
He really taught me to remember my C sharps.
C sharp!
Mark it!
Mark it!
Practice makes permanent.
Okay, so he said a really inspirational quote one time, so I wrote it on a note card and hung it up in my locker. And someday someone will find you to be all that and a bag of chips. And I've had this in my locker for most of the year.
Okay, so every day, 5th through 8th grade, a group of us would flock around Mr. Schnabel, and we would go and pet his beard, and he would just carry on conversation like nothing was going on.
So it was Halloween, and you're supposed to dress up. And Mr. Schnabel walked in the room, took a cello case, and put it on his head. The rest of the morning, he proceeded to call himself the Cello Man.
He inspired me to get glasses.
My favorite Schnabel moment was when Mr. Schnabel put on the red sweatshirt that nobody seemed to claim, and then he had trouble taking it off. That was awesome.
Okay, so my favorite Mr. Schnabel story is every time he gets a haircut, we all end up petting his hair, and it feels really, really funny.
I really wish you actually weren't retiring, because you actually were one of the best orchestra teachers that we had. Probably the funniest, too. I don't know, a lot of people say Mr. Rizzi's funny, but I think you're funnier.
We love Mr. Schnabel because he has a very kind heart.
And he always treated his students like family.
So as a conductor, Mr. Schnabel every day would tell us to not talk during rehearsal. But then when I played in church orchestra with him, every single time he would just sit there and talk and never stop. Ever.
I enjoyed having Mr. Schnabel as a teacher because he's the most loving, caring, and he has the coolest hair ever for a person.
You know the song Chestnuts Roasting on an Open Fire? I'm pretty sure we played that song in middle school, and I just wanted to say, Mr. Schnabel, you remind me of one of those warm chestnuts. Thank you.
I love coming to orchestra class because Mr. Schnabel makes me laugh every single day.
And thanks for teaching us how to play C# right, because we were clueless.
Yeah.
You gotta put the wattage in my cottage.
Thank you!
Thank you!
Mr. Schnabel influenced and inspired me to become a musician, to become a teacher. Thank you, Mr. Schnabel, for all you've done.
Hey neighbor, congratulations. I know that just because you're officially stepping down from the podium doesn't mean that the teaching will necessarily stop, and I think that's a good thing. Thank you for all the love and kindness you've shown me over the past 20 years. I hope you thoroughly enjoy retirement, maybe even slack off on some of that yard work.
I was so fortunate to have Mr. Schnabel from 5th grade all the way through senior year of high school, and he was so instrumental in getting me through middle school and high school. I honestly feel that he's part of who I am today and where I am today.
I wanted to wish you a happy retirement from afar, and I'm so excited that you are getting this big celebration and getting to go out with an amazing piece that I will unfortunately miss, but I wanted to say thank you for everything.
Before mid-20-something Mr. Schnabel had an orchestra class with about 8 or 9 preteen girls and 1 boy. Lots of drama. Well, one day we all had a particularly bad day, and almost all the girls were in tears over problems with home, parents, schoolwork, friends, who knows. But Mr. Schnabel realized that what we needed more than practice was a place to work through some of those emotions, so he designated the instrument storage room as just that place. And over the next 3 years, we really put it to good use. And I think occasionally Brian Biggs, the lone male in our class, used it just to get away from all of us.
Hey, Mr. Schnabel, this is Jessica O'Brien. I want to thank you for 2 reasons. One, giving me my best friend, Jessica Amling, about 15 years ago. You said, Jessica, this is Jessica, be friends, have sleepovers, do all that fun stuff, and we still do that. And then I also want to thank you for teaching me that as a teacher, it is okay to throw a chair at a student if they are upsetting you or annoying you. So I just want to say have a happy retirement, play lots of golf, and more specifically, relax.
He goes down as the only teacher that has made me laugh so hard that I fell out of my chair. And back then I was second chair bass, so I was holding it, and I knocked over Eric, and he blamed Eric. So full confession, Mr. Schnabel, that was me. I almost wrecked our rental base. But I had a great time in it, and happy retirement, and I hope you have a wonderful time. You deserve it. Cheers.
Ooh, good job. That's good, Coop.